Look at us up on Doc Rio TV. You know what time it is, folks. That's right. It's time for the Friday Free Flow. I usually do these on my iPad just like this. And so I end up taking the audio out and putting it up instead of putting up the video. This time I'm going to put up the video because this time I'm going to put it on YouTube. So with that being said, broadcast management. This particular Friday free write / free flow. It's actually a Thursday free write, but because I'm doing it for an assignment. They're case studies that I'm doing for an assignment. But in this case, this is the Friday free flow for the assignment, which I'm blogging and posting out and releasing to everyone on that Friday, or at least that Thursday by a certain amount of time. But it's already been posted and everything for my professor to see. So sometimes I find a little bit more I want to say mistakes when I do it this way. And so I'm glad that my professor is looking at both sides of this, because it's more important about the blog post, the end result, and how the end result is lasting for the experience. I'm not exactly sure. I'm still learning what this experience means to him, but as you might see on my Facebook, I complimented him because he is a great professor. I've got some great professors on campus. I'm not saying any of them, but I mean, I've seen different professors throughout time in my history, and these are some of the best right here. And I'm glad to be around them. So with that being said, let's get into ethical issues in broadcast management. Now, I want you to imagine yourself as a general manager of a local Western, that means the Western market is on this side, a Western market television station. It's your television station. This is the case study that came to me. All right. And however, at 4 a.m., I get a phone call from a shocking phone call from my social media director, because the social media is blowing up right now, saying that basically the station's override technical director mistakenly broadcasted full-frontal pornography over the air for 15 seconds. I mean, now it's only 15 seconds, but we're getting a mixture of different phone calls and different complaints and emails and social media messages, and all this is saying the response from the viewers is some viewers are disgusted, and other viewers want to see more of the video. But remember, this is overnight, this is late night. This is not in that, I want to say, that safe zone, So what is our responsibility? This is the case study. So for me, I said it's all about the responsibility. First off, what do we do? All right. That's the purpose of this case study. And as a broadcaster and a journalist, I understand that our primary focus is to the public. All right. Anybody in media, our primary focus is to the public and providing value to the public, whether that be informational value, educational value, or entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I would make sure I do is, first off, touch base with social media. Got to touch base with the people on social media to get more of an understanding of what was felt by the audience and how to really communicate with that audience. This is your first direct contact. These are your primary evangelist, and you want to be connected to them faster than ever. So that's the first thing we would do I would do as a general manager. All right. The next thing I would do is I would get into the public relations and the marketing department and try to figure out how we can reverse this issue. All right. We need to take a stance on it, because it's important that we take a look at our business practices and see how our business practices are, and take that turnaround and say, okay, look, how will we make a stance on an issue like this for this business according to our mission and our goals and our practices and procedures. All right. Now, and we have to do this with our marketing and sales staff involved. Why? Because they're frontal face. They're the first. Most of our first face sees some of the marketing and advertising that we do, but they also see the people who are are broadcasting. I mean, when you talk about a station that's playing overnight video or overnight anything else, they're probably playing something that's syndicated, or they're probably playing something that's made for TV or that's been put back on TV, replayed on TV. So if not, they may be playing some kind of infomercial, and if they're playing something like that and it came in between some kind of infomercial, then you have maybe an issue with having to pay back, because the infomercial pays for that airtime. So you may have to pay back that actual infomercial, that actual producer of that infomercial, or the distributor of that infomercial who bought that airtime. So then when you look about that, in response, after addressing the public social media and the steps and taking steps to find out the financial impact. And what I mean by that is we have to look into the fact that not only that we have the public that is part of our financial impact. Why is the public a part of our financial impact? Because the public is what the advertisers are aiming at. The advertisers that are paying for the airtime to be on here, whether it be the infomercial company, or whether it be an actual brand or product that is putting itself in the advertising slot with the actual content that's on the air. So we got to pay attention to that. It could be a local advertiser, it could be a national advertiser. So it's important to pay attention to the advertisers and the sponsors. And then, since the video only aired for 15 seconds within the safe harbor zone, there should not be any fines from the Federal Communication Commission. All right. Safe harbor zone says that things like that can happen. It was 15 seconds. Hopefully in that 15 seconds, it was full frontal. It says full frontal nudity. So full frontal nudity in 15 seconds probably is not going to be as bad. It didn't say penetration in the case study. It didn't say anything that would be considered real terrible violation, but it still was in the safe harbor zone. So it was passable for the FCC according to the rules and regulations established by the FCC. And so in the photos below, you'll see a couple of other news stations that have gone through this incident. CNN broadcast 30 minutes of porn. CNN, but CNN is not a network television station. It is a network cable. It's a cable station, but Greek TV news in Greece also broadcasted porn, according to the Daily Mail. And overall, broadcasters have a responsibility to the public, and we know that. Media companies and general managers know we have a responsibility to the public, and that we attempt to pay attention to that responsibility. We work out ways to move past those thoughts and move past those issues and make content that is informational, educational, and entertaining. And that's difficult. There's a lot of moving parts that fall into play, and anybody can make a mistake, and you can't just blame the whole corporation for the mistake of one person. And so that's one of the things we want to get out there to the media practices, and to show that to the public, and to show that we have to look at our ethical practices. What ethical practices have we outlined in our company, in our mission, and in our company policies and procedures, and see how we can step into what kind of actions we need to take as far as not letting this happen again. And how we can show this as an example in our company is by taking disciplinary actions, which we have to look at our disciplinary procedures and take the proper steps while we address the public about taking these disciplinary procedures, while we address the staff about taking these proper disciplinary procedures. And that's pretty much the gist of what I would do there. I don't know anything else that I could actually do that would change things, except for what we would be doing with the marketing and sales department, standing out and showing the public how, we are supporting the public in this issue and our advertisers, and looking at this as, yes, it's a mistake, but how can we stop mistakes like this from happening? How can we allow our brand, our station to be represented by the ethical practices and standards that we have outlined in our model. I mean, in our business model, and in our mission statement, and in our policies and procedures. That's the gist. This is Doc. I'm out of here. Stay tuned for more of these. Post on Fridays and all kind of stuff, and I'm mixing this one in. Like I said, I got a little busy, so I had to prepare for different things. So this is actually a Sunday free write for a Friday free write. But oh well, you know what I mean, free flow. Sunday free flow for a Friday free flow. But you know, hey, what can you say? This is Doc. I'm out of here. 10Xing. Peace. Real TV.